what do you feel about, so in the spiritual community, right? It's a lot of people talking about what's the gatekeepers of the industry, and we getting into the Illuminati. And I had one of them dreams too. It was crazy. But anyway, getting into the Illuminati, basically one thing, and I love our people. We are bright, we are brilliant, we're amazing. I mean, we gonna try to pull that curtain back and see who's standing behind that motherfucker. Who's behind the curtain, Today, my question really becomes, one, this can become an obsession. And two, how important is it really to get behind the curtain, especially if we're not going to make moves? So after we find out all of this, then what? Like, what is your take on this? Discovering Oz.
So this is a this is a great question, because I've actually had some conversations lately about Illuminati, which Illuminati is just short for illuminated. They are versions of us that are high vibrational, because you have two kinds of characters in the game. You have the, I hate to say like positive and negative, because they're just both existing as the duality in this matrix. Like, you have to have villains to really activate your powers too, right? So the Illuminati, yeah, they do. I know that they do dark stuff. I don't. I guess in a bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, I don't see any enemy in this matrix. Illuminati, the Reptillians or Greys, or the 1%, like all the people that we feel like are in control. The control and the power lies in us, and it's getting people to understand that they're just characters that exist. It's just, if you perceiving something as a bad, like, we know everything here is broken, right? You got human trafficking, you got big pharma, you got the prison system, every industry and everything in here is designed to fail. So when you know that, it's like, I just, you can go down some Illuminati rabbit holes, I'll put it that way, and it all leads back to harming kids and the adrenochrome and all these other things. But I keep asking myself, does it matter? We live on a never-ending time loop. The past, the present, and the future are happening at the same time. It's this weird game that I play with my mind, where I'm like, does it matter? We're the heroes. We're here to clean this stuff up. But it's so, the levels of corruption are in every single. They have the cops. They have the feds. Like, they're connected to the top of everything. I was talking to somebody about potentially doing something to try to break the matrix on network TV. And this guy was working with some prominent people out there in Vegas, and he told me straight up, he goes, nah, the Jeffrey Epstein CIA will never let anything enlightened that you might see on whatever. Now, Hulu, you got some stuff. Netflix, you got some stuff. You're never going to see that on mainstream TV. So it's like, the light is shining so bright that I just feel like they're just going to go away. I don't know. It's a really weird thing where I feel like we're vibrating so high that, like, the dark Queen Elizabeth, that reptilian, like, just that energy of, wanting to control people in the darkness, I just feel like it's going to go away. I know that's a long answer to tell you. I just don't perceive them as an enemy. Like, entertainment for me is done. Nobody watches TV or movies anymore. Nobody
Yeah, that's how I feel, right? I feel like, who really gives a shit? And I'm not being respectfully, right? I think everybody, but like, this whole, if at this point, if you're modeling your life after celebrities, and you're keeping a tally on everything they do versus what you do and what should be done, you're just, that's on you. You know what I mean? And again, it's a whole duality thing. I'm in agreement with that. And while we're uncovering, right, the guy behind the curtain, at what point do we take charge? Because I've always felt like this, right? We complain about so many things, but within unison, it literally, I believe, it's my belief, and you can call me crazy all day. I believe if everybody stood up and said, hell no, we're not doing another day of all of this got to go, right? And I'm talking about what's hardcore on it. I believe 24 hours, no more than 72 hours, life would change. We just don't do it. We just complain. So it's going to change anyway, regardless, right? Because there's cycles and it must change. It has to. It's a part of evolution. But I'm saying if you want it to change, like we looking at a different life December, then we have to come together. But if you're gonna keep playing and keeping your head down, then don't fucking complain about it. I mean, and I don't mean to be harsh about it. I'm just saying, like, we just waste so much time going down the rabbit hole. It's a constant loop of that, right? And then it's like, too, you're judgmental. All the things that is unpleasant. I won't say ridiculous. Unpleasant within you, as within, so without. So I think it's safe to say is we have a lot of self-fixing to do to see the without be better. And it's what you focus on. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If you turned off the TV and all these stimulants, would your life really be that bad? Especially as an adult. Like, as a child, yeah, we were privy to abuse and things like that because our lives were in other hands. But now that you have control over your life, is it really that bad? Or is it programmed to be that bad? You falling for the program.
It's all up here, and you hit the nail on the head. Ego. It's why a lot of people in the spiritual community won't come together. Our attachment to our ego. There's just so many levels to unlock. And if people understand that we're all pieces of a puzzle and we're all connected, it would make it easier. But to get people to come together for anything, like, it's just like there's already a pessimistic it won't work. But they did a study, it takes 1% of the population to change the world. There was a town in New Mexico that it was like 200,000 people, and they took 2,000 meditators to go over there and meditated, like 1% of the population, just to try it out. 2,000 people meditated at the same time. And literally within the month, the crime went down like 36%. They changed the frequency. It's like, it's that powerful. So if we could get this message to people that to change the game or to level up, everything is predicated off of your frequency, how much you love yourself. And it sounds egotistical, but it's like, it's every conversation. It takes a lot of practice to stay in a positive mental state, like completely. Like, somebody cuts you off in traffic. Oh, the universe is telling me to slow down. It's all a way of these life hacks of reaching that point of enlightenment, that even before people will stop saying negative things to you. Negative things will stop happening because they realize they're not, it's like, you're just vibrating at a different frequency. So if we could get people to realize just how important we are, that we could come together and break all these systems with our energy and the ley lines, which are the chakras of like, we can literally change things with our mind. Like, it's insane. And if people just don't know how powerful they are. And I can't quantify it. I've seen things in the last year that it's just unexplainable when we come together.